Good evening and welcome to the hour dedicated to talking about all things strange, weird, and paranormal. You're listening to Strange Talk, broadcasting on 1660 AM in Northside, 91.7 FM HD2 WVXU in Cincinnati. We're also streaming at radioartifact.com around the entire planet Earth. The intro track to this episode and most of our episodes is the Strange Talk intro by Star Silk, and I'm your host, Alyx.
And this is Ginelle.
Yay! And we're back with some weird news. Woo-hoo! Weird news, everyone!
Yes, it's out there. There's some weird stuff happening.
The truth is out there, but also so is the weird news.
Yes, yes.
But yeah, these aren't super in-depth ones today. It's a lot of kind of rapid-fire little news stories. So I thought I would kick us off with one of the most like cyberpunk articles I think I've ever read. About, this is coming from Tech Explore. This is written by Grace Stanley from Cornell University. And the title of the article is, "What Does It Mean to Train an AI to Speak Like You?" And the reason that I thought this was really interesting and super, super cyberpunk is they're trying to train all of these like AI models to basically be like a personal assistant. And that way it can respond and say things how you would say things. But as they started doing that, they realized like that already causes a lot of issues. So I've got this excerpt from it here that I'm going to read. And this is, let me pull the article back up. Where did it go here? There it is. So this is a doctoral student, Tobias Weinberg, who uses augmentative and alternate communication, AAC for short. And he started doing this research when he realized he could train a model on his own speech data. And so, yeah, he was trying to train it to sound like him. So this quote from him is, "I didn't expect the discomfort. Just knowing I was logging changed how I spoke. I was no longer just speaking in the moment. I was curating a future data set, and that changed my sense of freedom in conversation. There's an interesting tension between how Toby wanted his speech to be recorded and perceived by others, and how he communicated," said Roman, Weinberg's advisor, who is also affiliated with the Cornell Bowers College of Computing and Information Science. "This played a role in recording, leading to self-censorship, and in living with the model where context sensitivity played a crucial role." So I just thought that was so interesting and so cyberpunk of like, okay, well, if you're going to train it on your data set, you're going to immediately start editing yourself. If you don't like know that it is logging everything you're saying to learn how to talk like you, it will learn more, but then that runs into all kind of privacy issues. So basically, either way you go with this, it's weird.
It is. And I mean, that is so true in terms of, I feel like so many people do this in general, where when you know your voice or like something is going to be, a piece of yourself is going to be used for something, you do self-censor.
Yeah.
Just a little bit. Like your cadence is going to be a little different probably. Your delivery of like words might be slightly different, things like that. So it does make you wonder, like, how genuine would that data set be at that point?
How I talk when we're not recording is different from how I talk when we're recording, which is different from how I talk at work. Mm-hmm. But not by much, honestly. I don't really.
No,
I don't have a good filter.
Too. Yeah. Right. And it's the same thing for me, you know, working in like an office environment. It's like, well, clearly I'm not maybe going to be as loose with some of the things I say as I would just conversing with you. And then the same thing with the radio, you know, like we do have to have like a little bit of our own like self-censoring of certain things as well.
I wish I had that.
Yeah.
Sometimes I wish I had that.
The bleep budget has gone up, you know.
We're budgeting for it now.
Yeah, I'm gonna force a bleep budget. You know, it's kind of like a swear jar, but yeah, we'll call it the bleep budget. But
if anybody wants a fun little tidbit of knowledge, that specific bleep is called an ermine bleep or beep.
Oh, ermine beep.
I have in recent years started swapping that out to just put static noises over things because I think it's less jarring.
That's fair.
So
that's fair.
If you were listening to the old ones, it was the classic ermine beep. If you were listening to the current ones, it is now. I just thought it was more interesting.
Yes. It is not your signal. It is.
It is someone saying a word that we can't say on the radio.
Yes. Yeah, this was such an interesting article.
Yeah. I think you have one after that about us thinking about landing on the moon.
Yes. Again. We keep trying to go back. Yeah, so I have two articles. They kind of tie in together. They're from Ars Technica. And the first one is in regards to NASA wants to land on the moon every month.
Every month?
And every single month they want to land on the moon.
Are they going to like time it to the lunar cycle?
I have no idea, but they're like, here's what has to happen if they want to do this.
Yeah, that's an ambitious mission.
It is. So their current goal is to reach the moon's surface as many as 21 times over the next 2.5 years.
Wow.
This is going to require an overhaul of their whole approach to, one, buying lunar landers and success in rectifying the myriad of problems that they've had so far. They've had at least 3 out of their 4 U.S. attempts to falter.
Oh.
So I don't know, you know.
Yeah, that's going to be
100%
tricky.
What's going on there.
That's a very ambitious mission.
Yeah, the odds are not in their favor for this.
I hope they figure it out. That'd be cool.
For sure. Part of it is what they're thinking about is that these lunar landers are separate from NASA's Human Landing System program. So I want to clarify that. These are not the, you know.
They're not the manned ones.
We're not sending people to space.
Okay. That is what I was picturing. So that makes a little bit more sense now.
This is like the little rovers.
Can you imagine if it was people and they're like, oh man, they're sending me back to the moon. I just went last month.
I'm going back again. It reminds me of this video I saw of this lady who talks about like, why would I care how far away the moon is? Like I barely leave my house. But you wanted me to go, you want me to look at the moon? You wanted me to know about the moon? Like that's how I feel with this one.
I care deeply about the moon.
Yes. So taking a peek here. So part of what they're running into is they're hoping these cargo landings will deliver payloads to scout for like future moon bases and demonstrate technologies for larger vehicles, mining and resource utilizations, and sustained operations during the 2-week-long lunar night. Ooh. So I feel like this kind of ties into some weird news we had in the past where there's that guy that wants to put, you know, the hotel on the moon.
Oh, yeah.
I remember him.
Yes.
I feel like we're kind of, this seems to be a theme where we're wanting to hang out on the moon.
We do be wanting to go to that moon.
Yeah, we want to hang out up there. So the highest priority currently would be frequent, high mass, and low cost access to the lunar surface. they sort of like have a roadmap that they're working on this. They're going to focus their efforts on building an outpost on the lunar surface rather than a mini space station thousands of miles above the moon. So they do want to directly have something physically on the surface of the moon.
Yeah.
And so I'm trying to take a peek here as to like what their timeline is, but it sounds like NASA's Commercial Lunar Payload Service program, announced 8 years ago this week, has assembled a roster of commercial providers to design and build robotic moon landers. So we could potentially sponsor our own moon.
Okay.
A little moon lander.
I mean,
so
I can't even afford our Ermine bleep jar, so...
your bleep, your bleep thing. What did I call it? Bleep budget.
The bleep budget, yeah. So if somebody
budget.
would like to sponsor us to sponsor a moon lander, I'm very in. I don't think I have got moon money, though.
I don't think we got moon money. I mean, considering the cost of that hotel, we were not going to go to that hotel.
But if we sponsor a lander, maybe they'll let us go to the hotel for free.
Right. Maybe.
So if you all want to send us to the moon.
If you want to send Alyx to the moon.
Just me? You're not coming
I'm
with
staying here.
You're not
but
going.
you can send Alyx to the moon. I will drive the rover
Wait,
remotely.
Okay, I was like, how are you driving the rover if you're not coming with me?
I'm driving it remotely.
You're really not going to come to the moon with me?
I will do a Twitch stream of me driving the rover, and you can live stream from the moon.
Do you remember Twitch plays Pokemon? Because you should let Twitch control the rover.
Oh my gosh.
It would go very well, and I definitely would not end up run over by the rover.
You would 100% not get run over by the rover.
Yeah.
You might be riding the rover. I don't know.
Oh, I'll yeehaw ride the rover. Yeah.
For sure.
I'm bringing my cowboy boots to space. They can make me space cowboy boots, right?
I don't know if that's possible.
I'll figure it out.
I just pictured you in the traditional space outfit, but then your boots are like shoved on the outside.
That is exactly what I was thinking. And I have a cowboy hat strapped to the outside of the helmet.
Yes, exactly.
Gravity can't keep me down.
Well, that's some fan art we'll need to see eventually, everyone.
Oh, God, I'm going to cry. Oh, no. That got away from me really quick there.
It did. I forgot where I was.
So if you want to sponsor me going to the moon, or if you just want to draw this, I really do want to see this, and I don't think I can do it justice.
No.
Oh, I'm fine. Gosh. I'm fine. You said you had another article about space?
Oh, yeah. Another article about space. Speaking of this whole thing. So as we're all talking about, everyone's want to get to the moon. People are now also saying that due to the Artemis II, registrations at space camps have doubled.
Oh.
So more and more kids and such are getting into space camp.
Yeah, well, that's cute. I love that.
It is.
I want to go to space camp. Do they let adults go to space camp? How does that work?
I am not 100% sure.
I'll bring my cowboy boots. They'll let me in, right?
Yeah, they'll be like 100% this person should be in space.
Get this person to space so they're far away from me. And that's how Ohio works. That's why we have so many astronauts.
Right. So I think it's so sweet. So when NASA Administrator Jared Isaacman attended, he actually went through a week-long aviation challenge when he was 12. Oh. This was a program at Space Camp, which is in Huntsville, Alabama, by the way.
Space Camp?
Yeah. That was the first time he got behind the controls of a plane. And he said on Friday evening during an event at the U.S. Space and Rocket Center, I became a pilot because I thought that was the coolest I thought that was the closest I would ever get to the stars. So they do a little bit more than just space stuff.
Space aviation usually kind of hand in hand. I really want to go to space camp now because when I went to North Carolina last year, I went to the Sullenberger Air Museum down in North Carolina. on a whim, I saw a mural and was like, Sullenberger Air Museum. Oh my gosh, like Sullenberger who landed the plane in the harbor. I have to go. And
yeah, Captain Sully.
as we were walking in there, Captain Sully, I was like, I swear if they do not have a taxidermy goose in here, I am leaving. And when I walked in, the first thing I saw was the taxidermy goose. And I was like, yes.
I'm sold.
So actually, I have a video of this. I actually need to get it off the camera. We went accidentally like right at closing on because like we thought they were open an hour longer than they were. But there was this really awesome guy who worked there. His name is Mr. P. And he was like, let me take you around. I want to make sure you see everything before you leave. And so he takes us all around. He tells me all about the ghosts in the museum, which was super cool.
Fun.
And I got like that audio. I'll have to listen back to see if it's like usable at all. Cause like I happened to be filming one of the planes as he started telling me this. And I was like, oh, what? And then he took me to, they have the flight simulators there. And he's like, all right, land this plane. And so I got to like land a plane and it was super cool. And now I'm like, how do I get a flight simulator? Like, where do I get all this gear to do this at home? Cause like, that's all I want to do now.
It's
so
crazy.
If I get some flight sim stuff, you and I can play some flight simulator.
We can try it out. I know my husband has some, like, he's got like 2 joysticks that he uses. He does like a Star Wars flight sim.
Ooh.
I'm just going to give you the warning now. I tried it and I don't know. I wanted to move faster. I felt like it was very slow. Apparently, that's just how fast it is.
Oh.
But it's fine.
Okay, that's fine.
I also kept hitting stuff.
Yeah.
I probably should not. It's probably a good thing I don't fly.
This is why you're not going to space with me. I'm like, let me fly the plane. And you're like, no.
I would be literally just ping-ponging my way off of whatever that's out there. And we would get there. Maybe not in one piece, but we could get there.
Yes.
But however, yeah, so to get back to the Artemis mission, so what happened was Space Camp officials say registration have doubled this summer since the successful completion of the lunar flyby mission in April.
Fantastic.
Interest is expected to grow further in the coming years as NASA returns to the moon and establishes habitats there.
Yes.
The aim is to meet the needs of space-curious children with a modernized experience.
Awesome.
Something else that I thought was super sweet is Jared Isaacman, who is now the leader of NASA's space program, has sought to continue to pay it forward. He donates his entire salary to Space Camp.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Yes.
That's so sweet.
Yes. And so he returned to open a new Inspiration for Skills training complex. That is a 50,000 square foot facility completed with an additional $15 million donation by himself. And the money will also support development of a new dormitory. So I didn't realize like it was one of those kind of, it's an actual camp.
I guess that makes sense because like you probably come from pretty far away to do that. Because there's not that many space camps. I would assume there's like maybe like 3.
Yes.
Let me look up how many space camps in the U.S. There's only one official one.
And it is Space Camp?
Yes, I was assuming that there was probably one in Florida and one in California. But no, it's just the one in Alabama.
Yeah. So they were also saying that Isaacman's gift is also helping to revitalize some of the programs. So some of the new elements are a parachute simulation room that features a virtual reality 10,000-foot drop with wind simulation, a drone lab, an interactive mission control, and training simulators that will recreate the experience of zero gravity.
That's super cool.
It's super cool. It's supposed to be, it gets hands-on experience. It's also considered to be like a national treasure, unlike anywhere else in the country, and growing up ready to pick up the baton and join this next great adventure.
I have great news. They do have Space Camp for adults.
Yay! I was about to say, here, this is 9 to 18.
I am on their website right now. And they have 2 different adult ones. They've got Adult Space Academy, and then they have Adult Advanced Space Academy. So if anyone wants to sponsor me going to space camp, I will so do it. It is expensive. but I want to go.
I might be able to handle space camp. Hold on.
Yeah. If someone wants to sponsor me and Ginelle going to space camp, we'll do it.
Okay, so there's space camp for educators. We're not that. We got adult space academy.
Yes.
Educators. Okay, and then I see the advanced. What is the difference? I mean, the cost between the two.
I'm going to guess
difference.
one is a lot longer than the other since it's advanced.
We got different expeditions, apparently. I think that's just what it's called when you sign up for it.
Oh, you can construct and launch your own rocket?
Well, we can do that now.
Oh, well, that's true. But then they'll they'll be supervising it and making sure that I don't accidentally just blow it up and it doesn't go anywhere.
Well, that's fair.
Also, you can experience neutral buoyancy while scuba diving.
Ooh.
You have to have physician approval for it.
Okay, that's
but yeah.
Oh, you can get in the spinny machine thing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So
they call it the multi-axis trainer, but for the rest of us, it's the spinny machine thing.
It's the spinny machine. Yeah. I don't know if they would let me scuba dive or not because they were like, oh, people with asthma, they may not let you, but
oh, that's fair.
I'll make it work.
You can make it. You'll be like, I won't go down too far. Fly
I will, but I'll keep breathing.
Simulators, perform an extended duration simulated mission.
Send me to space camp.
Interesting. Very fascinating.
Yeah, I want to go play the plane simulators. Send me to space camp. Somebody.
We'll find a way for you to do that here. Don't worry, we'll figure that out. But
if you can't tell,
I just want to do the mission control thing. I want to push all the buttons.
That'd be so fun.
Boop.
I would be. I feel like I would be a very good IT person to have in space. I could keep my cool while being like, oh gosh, the whole aircraft is the whole rocket's messed up. All right, we got to reboot all the systems. You remember when the Artemis II was going up and they were like, we've got two outlooks and neither's working? Yes. I know what to do in that situation. It's don't use Outlook.
Oh, man.
Oh, anyway, sorry, I got very excited about that and very, very off topic.
Well, let's see here.
I wanted to be an astronaut as a kid.
What do we have next?
Okay, I got a good one next.
Yeah.
I mean, they're all good. I got an exciting one next. I thought this would be a great one for our friends at Paranormal Rescue. This is coming from popularmechanics.com. Physicists say it's possible to send messages backward in time. A team figured out the practical mechanics behind one of sci-fi epic film Interstellar's most out there ideas. This article is from Elizabeth Rain. And basically, they figured you can send it back because of time dilation, which is basically where time slows down for an object moving at incredibly high speeds. So in the movie, years pass on Earth while only hours elapsed for him.
Wild.
Basically, a time loop may provide a mechanism for sending messages into the past, like he did in the movie. General relativity allows for a closed timeline curve, or CTC, which occurs when an object's trajectory through space-time takes it to the future and then back to the past. Another possible mechanism is quantum entanglement. If Cooper and Murph, characters from the movie, were quantum entangled, they could share information backward through time. Particles that are quantum entangled are always sensitive to each other's state, so even if one gets catapulted through space so far and so fast that it ends up in the future, it's still transmitting information to the one left behind in the past. I think that's really cool, where they're like, wait, this is actually possible.
Huh.
Yeah.
That is wild.
They're saying it's possible. It would take so much energy that there's not really a way for them to test it.
Oh, okay. So right now it's just in a plausible theory.
Yes, it's plausible theory.
Plausible theory phase.
They kind of succeeded in using photons that were quantum entangled to simulate a CTC by sending one of them a few nanoseconds back in time. But again, to like send a whole person or a whole message would take so much energy. Like it's just not possible right now, I don't think. But that could change in the future.
It could change in the future.
Yeah. I just thought that one was really cool. And very, very much, I actually meant to send this to them over at Paranormal Rescue because he wrote this whole book about how, quantum mechanics actually kind of like relates to a lot of paranormal stuff, which is really fun.
That is.
Yeah.
That is so interesting.
Yeah. I think you have something a little bit more
it's a little
lighthearted, I guess.
We'll say lighthearted with a question mark. This article comes from Popular Science by Andrew Paul, and it is Japan runs out of robot wolves and fight against bears.
What?
There was a lot of stuff I was questioning. One, I did not know at this time that Japan has a bear problem.
I mean, I don't know that they have a bear problem. I think they've got a robot wolf problem, and it's that there's not enough of them.
Well, okay, so this is from, I will say, initially, this whole thing is from Japan runs out of robot wolves and to fight against bears. It's from May 14th of this year. However, this whole thing, it looks like it kind of starts back in 2025, where bears were attacking over 100 people in Japan since March of that year.
Oh my gosh.
Yes. And they're just like running into gas stations. What ended up happening was, at the time of the prior article that was in October of 2025, they have confirmed that the bears had killed at least 7 people since March.
Oh my gosh.
That is the highest number.
So they really do have a bear problem.
First started monitoring the deaths. Yeah, I'm trying not to laugh about it, but it's pretty crazy. The conservationists were kind of explaining there were multiple factors into why the multiplying encounters between the wild animals and humans were happening. Apparently the bears there rely heavily on acorns as a staple, and they are omnivores. Oh, so the total number of acorns were dwindling due to climate change, which means bears were wandering in closer into towns. And due to warmer weather, their hibernation patterns have been disrupted. So they were very much, going through just, it's unfortunate. It's one of those situations that as things change, they start to come in a little bit closer. However, in order to deal with these bears, there was a homemade $4,000 monster wolf is what they were calling it. It is a robot that features solar panels, sensors, and intimidating audio. So I'm sorry if you all can see the picture of this.
It's really good. Its legs are at a strange angle. Were I a bear, I would not believe that that's a wolf, but I am not a bear.
I would agree. So this product was actually first released in 2016.
I just realized it's a scarecrow. It's not a scarecrow, though. It's a scare bear.
It's a scare bear. So initially, it was designed to ward off agricultural foes like boars and deer, as well as the island nation's Asian black bear and brown bear. The creative solution quickly went viral for its red LED eyes and menacing fangs, as well as its intimidating, immediately odd furry pipe frame. We're gonna have to put a picture of this up on the Instagram or something. It is so bizarre.
We'll link the article in Discord and
please.
On Facebook as well. In fact, let me do that right now so I don't forget. If you're in the Discord right now, well, you're not listening to this right now, but you will be.
It'll be
it's
there.
Fine.
It will be there.
It's going in the Weird News channel right now.
Sure. So starting at around 4,000 each, this monster wolf is equipped with a battery power, solar panels, and detection sensors. It has a speaker programmed with over 50 audio clips, including human voices and sirens, audible over half a mile away. Can you just imagine you're sitting at your house and all of a sudden you just start hearing a person from the woods and then this thing walks out?
Does it walk? I thought it just hung out.
I going to keep reading. I thought it moved. I could be completely wrong. They are not assembly line products. However, they are custom made. And
I mean,
they are
clearly.
saying they simply cannot keep up with the current demand.
I mean,
we cannot make them fast enough. We are asking our customers to wait 2 or 3 months, said the company president. As the bear encounters in Japan have steadily risen and urban development continues to encroach upon their habitat and limit their food sources, the country's rapidly aging population makes them also particularly susceptible to attacks, especially in the more rural regions. Since the beginning of 2025, the government has reported at least 200 injuries and 13 fatalities. And the data is also recording over 50,000 bear sightings across the country during that time period.
Oh my God.
So,
I feel bad laughing about this, but this thing is creepy.
It is. It is.
Oh, gosh.
So amidst the growing crisis, there is recognition that this works. It is effective.
It is working. Probably because it's scaring
base,
everything around it, including the people.
Which is fine, honestly. Oh my gosh. Okay. I'm so sorry. There is going to be an upgraded version with wheels.
Oh, so it is going to move.
It's going to be mobile. I was not wrong. I was like, hold on. I feel like this is going to move. There also plans to release a handheld version for outdoor enthusiasts and school children.
What do you mean handheld?
It's going to be like a little chihuahua-sized monster wolf. That's what I picture. A chihuahua monster wolf.
We are witnessing the birth of a cryptid in real time.
We are. They did say that their main client base, of course, is farmers, but they are now starting to get orders from golf courses and rural workers. So
yeah, I would imagine so. Yeah.
Yes. Until this company catches up on their orders, residents and visitors are encouraged to review the Japanese government's own bear safety tips.
Fair.
Until you can get your own handheld monster wolf.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, that checks out.
Yeah. It is. It is something.
It is.
That is something. That's all I can say. So I think you have something though that is
we've talked about our emerging cryptid. This is there's been a conspiracy theory going around about all of these missing scientists. Well, yeah, there's been plenty of them, but this one is the one most relating to us. So this is coming from Lifehacker, and the title of it is "What People Are Getting Wrong This Week: The Missing Scientists Conspiracy Theory." And the tagline is, "As usual, the truth is more mundane than the conspiracy theory." This is written by Stephen Johnson. I thought this one was impossible. This one was important to talk about because conspiracy theories have a time and a place. But if there's an obvious answer, we should be looking at that. So the premise of this conspiracy theory, if you have not heard it, is up to a dozen scientists working on some of the U.S.'s most advanced and sensitive aerospace and nuclear programs have disappeared or died in mysterious ways over the last 5 years. The FBI is working with the Department of Energy, the Department of Defense, and local law enforcement to find answers. The House Oversight Committee launched its own investigation. Congressman Eric Burleson said the mystery has all the hallmarks of a foreign operation, and the president called it pretty serious stuff. So they're basically alleging that it's either like a UAP cover-up or targeting the nation's nuclear program. Some theories have said it's evidence of to cover up evidence of time travel. And the truth of it is nothing. It's just a bunch of causation is not correlation. People die. They are not dying at a rate that is statistically an anomaly compared to other people. It's just people are just looking for a conspiracy theory. So this next section literally says, scientists are dying, but so is everyone else.
I mean, they are clear and to the point.
Yeah, which is brutal, but true. And And so they're saying there's around 2 million scientists in the U.S. And as a science writer and debunker, Mick West pointed out, over 700,000 people hold top secret clearances in the U.S. aerospace and nuclear sectors. If 10 or so of this group had died or disappeared in inexplicable ways over 5 years, it would not be statistically meaningful. And then he says, but this theory is even more stupid than that.
Oh my gosh.
Many people on the list didn't seem to have top secret clearances.
Okay.
So
That's fair.
they're just, saying different things. Oh no, my backing track has messed up. I'm going to fix it real quick.
Oops.
So if you see that the music is going out, I accidentally hit a wrong button.
See,
My
this
bad.
is what happened.
They didn't want me to tell the
the
truth.
conspiracy theory,
They didn't want you to know the truth.
and now
They didn't
They're
want
coming
you
for
to know
you.
the truth. Well, we've just had a change in our background music because there was a weird gap in there and I thought it had stopped. So I hit a different button and then there was two playing at once. So sorry about that.
oh, it's all good.
And that's why I have backing music. So you know that I didn't edit anything out. I only beeped what I needed to beep.
Yep.
But yeah, so the missing scientist conspiracy theories have all the hallmarks of apopphenia. Never had to say that out loud before, which is basically people perceiving meaningful connections in random data. So
I will say in the article there is a list that includes persons described as missing,
yes,
and it does sort of list
how they
why
actually
they
died.
passed away. There's also resolutions. So, for example, some people were, murdered.
Yeah.
And they're like, this is who they were a victim was, and this is who it was by. Like,
Yep.
we do have resolution on a few of them. Some of them they have listed as missing. Which they're still looking into.
Yeah. And a lot of these, like,
but-
it's talking too about like what they were working on. And so like the first one, it started kind of with Amy Eskridge. And they were talking about how like she wasn't like close to a breakthrough. Like it wasn't at a prime time for them to like take her out before she figures things out. Like
Yeah. And it does unfortunately say, like, with some of the resolution, like a post-mortem statement made by the family noted like she was suffering from some sort of ongoing pain. And they honestly did not find her passing as unusual.
Yeah. She was doing research on anti-gravity, which is really cool. And I wish she could have gotten to work on that longer. But I don't think that anyone was taking her out. Maybe I'm wrong, but statistically seems unlikely.
Right.
So
Right.
when we get the chance to, we always want to rule out conspiracy theories that are not actually true, because you want to... The more you water that down with untrue things, the less people are going to believe you about the actual true things, like MK Ultra.
Yes. Yes, exactly.
Our next article, though, I think you have is true, but sounds like it shouldn't be.
Yes, unfortunately. This article is from AP. It is from US World News, and it is Museum's Knight Rider replica car got a speeding ticket, but it has not gone anywhere in years.
It got a speeding ticket while still in the museum.
It's got a speeding ticket while still in the museum. Maybe they're doing some of that backward message stuff.
It got a back in time ticket.
They did it back in time.
I have I would say I've got another really weird one here. I have just learned about this. Maryland has a new spring tradition, or it's not new. Maryland has a spring tradition where they burn socks. So decades ago, a Maryland sailor burned his winter socks, and now it's become a spring tradition there to welcome back in the spring. This is in the Chesapeake Bay town of Annapolis. And they have a big festival, and everyone burns their socks, which cannot smell good.
That is crazy. Yeah, for the Knight Rider car, for example, it was something where so the car is in an Illinois museum, first of all. So this is crazy, but the traffic camera was showing the black Trans Am with a California license plate that said Knight, the same license plate as the car on the show.
Yeah.
And the novelty one on the museum's unregistered car. The license plate is also connected to 5 other unpaid traffic violations in New York City since 2014.
Oh, so we got like a phantom speeder.
Yeah, there's a phantom speeder. The fact that they're legally tied to a movie prop is interesting, says the museum's marketing director. We're known for having our Hollywood cars from TV and movies, but I have no idea how we got registered from a ticket in New York to plates in California to the Volo Museum in Illinois. We're still trying to figure it out.
Interesting.
The museum has requested a hearing challenging the ticket. They're really amused by it, thankfully.
I guess
so
it's
that is
free publicity.
Exactly.
I mean, it got us talking about it.
Yeah, so they are saying, like, we want to find out who this Knight Rider guy is because birds of a feather. We just want to know, is this from a museum? Is this just a guy that built this car as a hobby? Because it looks pretty darn accurate. We'd love to meet those guys.
Yeah, that's why you want to meet him. It's not because he's got all these unpaid parking ticket or speeding tickets.
It gets even more hilarious because according to the California Department of Motor Vehicles, a person with the last name Knight renewed their registration for the plate Knight in March.
Oh.
So, there seems to be
there's competition for the plate.
A little mystery happening here. Yes.
Should we we got to call the Scooby Gang for this one.
We might have to. The Volo Museum is having fun, of course, with a ticket problem on their social media sites. It recently changed its header on Facebook to home of the Knight Rider KITT, the famous got a speeding ticket in New York City without leaving its exhibit in Illinois.
Ooh, or it was so fast that it looked like it didn't leave the exhibit.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Apparently, the speeding ticket it recently received a ticket for $50. It was
That's
going
cheap
36
for a speeding ticket.
It was going 36 and a 25.
That's so cheap for that speed. What? Only $50?
Apparently. So, yes.
Okay.
We'll have to keep an eye on this one. I'm really curious what.
We'll see if we get any updates. If they can figure out what happened. If they find the speeder who is built their own replica, possibly.
Exactly. They might just bring him on in. So, yeah. And so the sock burning thing is also crazy to me.
Yeah. There's some. I love weird traditions. I love weird museums. There's just all kinds of weird stuff going on all the time.
For sure. Yeah.
No,
it's fun. It's always interesting to see like what little communities bring together and things like that.
Yeah.
So
there has been my next article is there has been an uptick in new Bigfoot sightings. Sightings and then also on screen and off Broadway. This is from NPR from April 22nd. And it's talking about how if you've driven in rural areas over the last few years, you've seen Bigfoot silhouettes, in front lawns, a lot of Gone Squatchin' bumper stickers and stuff like that. And now there is an off-Broadway musical just called Bigfoot with an exclamation point, a new musical. Apparently they added a smartphone emoji for Bigfoot. Bigfoot like themed festivals have really popped off. There's like the West Virginia Bigfoot Festival. There's Bigfoot Days in Minnesota. We've got one coming up here in Kentucky, down near the Gorge. What is the name of that festival?
I think it's literally called the Red River Gorge Bigfoot Festival.
I think it might be, and I think that's why I keep forgetting because I'm like, it's not. Yeah, it is. That's all what it's called. Because I keep thinking it's going to be called something different. So Bigfoot's getting bigger, I should say.
I am currently sending you the Bigfoot emoji so you can see it.
I need to update my phone.
That is what it looks like on iPhone, but
I need to update my phone. I'm getting a square with a question mark in it.
I mean, it's not wrong.
That's on me. I'm just not allowed to perceive the Bigfoot emoji, frankly.
Apparently, but no.
But I did open the Emojipedia, which is apparently a thing, so I could look at it.
I want to know.
It is also loading as a square on there for me, and that's on my computer. I don't know what's happening there.
Oh my goodness.
I am truly not allowed to see this Bigfoot. Okay, there we go. I clicked a different one and I can see him now.
I'm not going to lie. This Bigfoot musical looks pretty adorable.
I mean, I'd watch it. I'm down.
Yeah.
I'm just glad that he is getting the recognition he deserves. Oh, there was a string of Bigfoot sightings across Northeast Ohio recently that made national news.
Yeah.
And people are talking about the Bigfoot. And I love the last line of this article that says, if a Bigfoot saunters through a forest and no one sees it, does it really exist? And the answer is yes, it still exists even if I'm not looking at it.
Yes. That is so fun. I wonder if there is an audio track, the music or something from this musical, because I don't think we're going to be able to get up there to see it.
Maybe we can get the script and we can put on our own rendition of it.
Ooh, that'd be fun. Let me see here. So the article I next have is from the Daily Mail.
Mm-hmm.
And it says, the true purpose of Egypt's Great Pyramid challenged by new theory, ancient wonder is a planetary beacon. I'm sorry.
That's not even a new theory.
It's not really new. I feel like I've heard about that before to an extent.
I heard about that when I was a kid.
Right. Yeah. It does mention like alternate theories have always been out there. You know, it's served as more than something than a royal tomb.
Mm-hmm.
So a recent study has now proposed that the Pyramid of Khufu was constructed as a sophisticated system of cosmic scale communication.
Okay. And then the next line says it wasn't peer reviewed.
I was going to say, it does clarify the paper was not peer reviewed and argues that the pyramid's precise geographic position, architectural proportions, and alignment with Earth's rotation could have allowed it to function as a kind of gravitational transmitter on an interstellar scale.
Okay.
This theory is based on the idea that the Great Pyramid of Giza was built at a very specific location on Earth that may contain hidden mathematical messages. The pyramid sits 29.979234 degrees north latitude.
That's oddly specific.
A number that closely resembles the speed of light. When the decimal is shifted, the paper speculated the similarity may have been intentional. Critics, however, note that the comparison relies on modern measurement system that did not exist in ancient Egypt, while physicists say there is no evidence that the pyramid can generate gravitational signals.
That is true. There is not evidence.
It's not. I mean, I feel like that'd be something they would notice.
Yeah.
The author has proposed that the Earth's movement around the sun creates a repeating gravitational pattern similar to a radio carrier wave. Under the theory, the Great Pyramid's fixed position and the planet's daily rotation could slightly alter or modulate the pattern over time.
Okay.
It is definitely something that's out there.
I'm clicking on the study, and it's just taking me to a different article.
Yeah.
I want to know who wrote the study and what their background is, because it will not tell me that.
No. And it is stating that his theory is not new, as alternative history researchers have argued that the Great Pyramid was designed to harness Earth's natural energy and communicate with extraterrestrials. These ideas often propose that the structure acted as a wireless transmitter for energy or sound, utilizing granite's resonant properties. But mainstream archaeologists maintain that the pyramids were royal funeral monuments, while physicists note no known mechanism would allow a structure like the Great Pyramid to function as a gravitational transmitter.
Yeah.
So...
yeah, there's a lot of stuff in this even being like, yeah, I don't know about that.
Yeah. I know, like, when I was in a course studying ancient Egypt in general for my degree, it seems like they kind of know why the pyramids were built the way they do, like the fact that it sits like on certain degrees.
Also because it's cool.
Well, it's cool, but they use, like, if you looked at the way the stars align at a certain time of year, it is mimicking the stars' alignments.
Yeah, that's right.
Which
that's right.
I know some people could take that as like, well, it could still be an extraterrestrial thing, maybe, but like we can see why they did it the way that they did it. In that sense. So
I've seen Stargate. I know what that means.
Yeah. Exactly. But yeah, so that's basically it. It just lines up with like the stars alignment, and then also the way some of the like openings that are still there, some of the passageways, like the light would hit it a certain way, so like highlighting a specific focal point in the pyramid, which is what they would believe allow their soul to leave to continue on into the afterlife. So
well, and also at most times, because it kind of went back and forth, most times in ancient Egypt, their highest god was the sun god, Ra.
Exactly.
There would be some debate, and they would go back and forth whether Ra was the sun god or someone else. Like, every town kind of had their own god. And rather than being, like, hyper specific about, you know, being like, no, our god's the true god, no, their god's the true god, they would just be like, yeah, we're just going to throw them all in the same pantheon. Your god can come along, too. Your god can be one of our gods, too.
Right.
Cool.
Right.
And they would just kind of debate over which one was the top god. Ancient Egypt's really cool. We didn't take the same ancient Egypt course, did we?
I don't believe so.
That's funny that we both took it, though.
Yeah, part of it was required because of my art history degree and my focus on ancient Mediterranean art. I had to do like a certain number of ancient art courses, essentially. And so ancient Egypt was included in that.
Really cool.
Yeah.
I don't know that this class was necessary for my degree at all. I just really wanted to take this class. It was on ancient Egypt and ancient Egyptian and Mesopotamian culture. It was very fun. It was a night class, so once a week I would sit there for 3 hours talking about ancient Egypt.
For sure. And yeah, it was a great class. I really enjoyed it. Mine, like I said, mine might have been just a little different because they did have non-major and I think major courses for it. So mine fell underneath like the one that was needed for like a major, essentially. But yeah, it's an interesting theory. I'll give them that.
Yeah. Heard it before, but you know.
Yeah, for sure. And then I think you have kind of like an international story up next.
I do, but we're running out of time, so we might have to save that one.
We'll put a pin in that one.
We'll put a pin in that one. We'll come back to that one. But I do have one last quick article that I wanted to talk about.
Yeah.
Because this is just cool radio history. Cincinnati is finally getting its own WKRP. People who are not familiar with that, WKRP in Cincinnati was a sitcom back in the 70s. Is a hilarious sitcom. I have not watched it recently, so I do not know how well it has aged. But the most classic episode is the Thanksgiving episode where they're throwing turkeys out of a plane and everyone's freaking out because they're live turkeys and they don't fly.
I feel like this is a skit that quite a few people have seen, but maybe don't know the association with. Yeah,
yes, but it's from WKRP in Cincinnati. Hilarious sitcom. And we're finally going to have a radio station that has the call sign WKRP. So it's very funny because those like call letters are actually associated with a radio station. Just it's never been one in Cincinnati. So they entered into a call sharing agreement with the North Carolina-based nonprofit Oat City Media, who is using WKRP down there. So
fun.
They're both going to use it. They're not broadcasting in the same area, so that's okay. They just had to have an agreement on it. Why I thought this was interesting is, especially in this article, WVXU reported that Zisman bought the call letters in April from Oak City Media's WKRP-LP-FM in Raleigh, North Carolina. The low-power FM station announced in January it would auction them off by April 30th as part of a fundraising effort. So I thought it was fun that our mothership WVXU was also part of this article.
Yeah, that is so fun.
We haven't super talked about it on this show, but Cincinnati has a really, really rich history in radio. Yes. It's the Queen City. It used to be like one of the top like radio like hubs in the like US. So I don't know. It's really cool that we get to be part of that tradition. And it's really cool that we'll finally have a WKRP. And
yeah,
I'm glad that radio's still going.
Yes, for sure. And it's definitely, I don't know. I feel like it's coming back around a little bit. I think there's a trend definitely leaning towards what we would consider to be like an analog style of media is definitely, I think, coming back.
And obviously we love an analog media. We love some analog horror. Yeah. We love some analog cryptids, you know.
Yeah, analog cryptids, yes.
Yeah. But on that note, we are at the end of the hour, so I think we're okay to go ahead and sign off. So good night.
And good luck.